So this is the FRV valve. On top it has a flow gauge and setter, which you might be familiar with from underfloor manifolds. You simply twist this to allow more water to flow through the valve. This gauge inside the red part will go up and down and show you how much water is flowing through the radiator. The FRV valve is fitted where the lock shield would normally be placed on a radiator, so on the return only. It has these very convenient O-ring seals and a compression 15mm fitting at the bottom, making them really easy to fit. When you're done setting the flow rate, you fit this red locking ring, and then everyone asks this question: is there a cover? Yes, there is a cover. You fit that on top, job done. Why would you want to put an FRV valve on your radiator and not just lock shields? Balancing in the traditional way is really inaccurate and really time consuming in general. Yes, some engineers can do it really well, and typically they'll use a thermal imaging camera and they will adjust the lock shield with a spanner, and then they'll measure the temperature of the radiator and they'll see if that's worked. When you make an adjustment on a lock shield, first of all, it's a bit of Russian roulette as to what type of lock shield you've got on the radiator. Some of them don't do anything until you've almost closed it right up to the end. And so unless you're certain what type of lock shield you're hitting, you have to make an adjustment and then wait to see if it's actually done anything. It takes ages for that adjustment to have an effect on the radiator because you've got to change all the water in the whole radiator. The metal of the radiator has to come up to temperature, and now the convection currents need to be formed again. So typically you're looking at 10 to 15 minutes per adjustment. If you're making 3 or 4 adjustments to each radiator, that's going to take you the best part of the day. In reality, most customers, homeowners, don't want to pay for that. So what happens is that radiator systems are badly balanced. The consequences of a badly balanced radiator system means that one room gets too hot, another room doesn't get enough heat. The water coming back to the heating appliance is too hot, so the appliance ramps back down. And so you tend to get conditions in the house that aren't comfortable. The gas boiler or heat pump will tend to turn on and off quite a lot, so it gets expensive to run, wear and tear. And the quick fix for all of that is to ramp up the temperature, ramp up the pump speed, all of which costs loads more money to make all that extra heat. So it's really inefficient. In contrast, just fit these instead of the lock shield. Use our online calculator to work out what flow rate to set each radiator to. Walk around, starting at the nearest rad, twist this until it's the right flow rate, lock and put a cap on, do the next ones, and you're done. So heating engineers are coming back to us with feedback saying, oh yeah, I just balanced the system in 15 minutes. So yeah, FRV valves.